Hello everyone, this is CJ Novo 992 and today we are back with another brand new video. Today's video is a pretty big one, ladies and gentlemen. We have a game which to this point of the season has to be considered our biggest game yet. And annoyingly, we have to kind of reflect slightly back on last season. Very briefly, you already know what happened. We witnessed it, we went through it together. It was crap. And the argument could genuinely be made that we never turned up to either game, which were two massive games last season as well. Yes, people will mention the fact that Fandan Sadiq dived when he'd done all the hard work, knocked it by the goalkeeper, just rolling at the back of the net, son. But as you can see, I'm over it, and I'm sure a lot of you guys are. But he dived, and I know a lot of people blame him and make him responsible. But if we just take a step back and look at both games, I think we can honestly say we never done enough to win either of them. But that's all ancient history now. We are not the same team as we were last season. We've improved the squad. Even the players that were there, I consider, have all gotten better in certain ways. So let's focus on the here and now then, shall we? And as always, let's start off with the opposition on. And that is a managerless Hearts. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, Hearts finally did what their fans have been demanding for so long, and that's take Craig Levein and drop him off in a bin. Which, if I'm honest, has genuinely shocked me. Now, that might seem absolutely mental because if you follow the SPFL show, we've discussed it every single week that the fact that he does need to move on from Hearts, but the fact that you sack your manager a couple of days before a semi, that completely baffles me. Because in my mind, there's only a couple of ways why you would sack a manager before a semi-final. One, the interim manager McPhee, who's now the interim manager, obviously hence the title, but either he's done a sales pitch on what he could bring to the team and what he could plan versus us, or they finally just went, you know what, I am sick and tired of this man tanking the club on and off the field. Let's just get rid of him. Now, I'm actually very interested in knowing exactly what your thoughts are about this entire sideshow before the semi-final, because most people isn't even talking about the game now. They're talking about the fact that Craig Levein is gone. Is it a welcome distraction? Is it simply a distraction tactic? What do you think? Let me know your thoughts and opinions on that. And while you guys are sharing your opinions, I will continue on with my little preview, because I think it's fair to say Hearts are a hell of a lot more than just Craig Levein. Yes, he is dominating the news and everything like that, but this Hearts team is still a very good football team. Are they getting the results? No. But do they have the players to get the results? Yes. And they showed that just a couple of weeks ago versus us at Tynecastle. They weren't given a hope in hell in winning that game of football, but they went pretty damn close, matching us bit by bit the entire 93 minutes. So I'm going to say the exact same thing as I said in the last Hearts preview / prediction video. I am not expecting an easy game of football. I'm expecting them to play up versus Rangers, and it's not as if they just try versus Rangers or Celtic or anything like that. They're a perfect cup team. They can't do it consistently, but can they turn up on any given day and beat somebody? Aye. Especially given the fact that Hearts come into this game of football with pretty much nothing to lose. Everyone's wrote them off already. Even their own fans are saying it's going to be a massacre. So there's no pressure on them. And a team that's not got any pressure with nothing to lose is a dangerous team to play. So we are going to need to be at our best. And I think if we are at our best, no matter what Hearts team turns up, I think we will come away with the win. But if we're slightly off our game like we were versus Tynecastle, nippy bum time is here to stay. Now, before we jump over and speak about the Glasgow Rangers, let's discuss the Hearts team news then, shall we? Because interim manager McPhee did reveal that 3 former injured players have returned to training ahead of this game of football. The first one is Peter Haring, the second one is Jamie Walker, and the third one is Stephen Naismith. And with all that being said, that is the Hearts preview done and dusted. May that help you with your prediction on later in today's video. But now it's time to do what we always love to do, and that's talk about Rangers. And starting off, let's round up the press conferences then, shall we? Because there was two, one with the gaffer and one with the captain. So we're going to start with the latter then, because I found this so interesting to watch. It was just a one-on-one, Tavernier in the press, and he answered everything from criticism to the game tomorrow. It's definitely well worth a watch. If you haven't seen it already, go to the official Rangers YouTube channel. It may say 500 million times in the press conference, but it's good to hear from the captain, raw and honest as always. And as you can imagine, the penalties was discussed, which has been a massive discussion point all week on the Rangers end. I've got to give a lot of credit for that. A lot of you guys down in the comment section to every single video has been given pros and cons, and it's been a very interesting debate and argument that I've seen whether we stick with Tavon Pens or we bring someone else in. However, what's a little bit different this time on the old debate about it is the fact that the captain has had his say as well, and during his interview he said that he still believes in his own abilities and is still confident to be stepping up and taking penalties for Rangers. He went on to mention the fact that he has missed penalties in the past and managed to rebound. He said before the Aberdeen game he had missed 2 on the bounce and came into that game of football and scored 2 in the same game. It never gets him down when he misses a penalty. He doesn't get inside his own head. He's confident that the next time he steps up he will score. Certainly show his mental strength is absolutely off the charts. No wonder he's picked as captain. And as I said, it's a very, very good interview. I certainly suggest you go and watch it. But very briefly, my favourite snippet of the entire Tavernier press conference is when he went, "I'm the captain, I have to lead by example." And I absolutely love that he's come out and said that before a semi-final, so he knows for a fact that he's just put a target on his back. But from his press conference it doesn't seem to bother him. He seems 100% believing in his own ability, so hopefully tomorrow, now that he's said it, he can go ahead and deliver a performance tomorrow and lead by the example that he's spoken about. And with that being said, let's switch over from Tavernier over to the Gaffer's interview. Now, if you've seen this interview, or you've seen one of the things that Gerrard said, you knew I was doing backflips at it. But just in case you missed it and you haven't heard the news, Gerrard was asked by the media about Ryan Jack because of his performances. What value does a Ryan Jack have in today's transfer market? Which got a snarl from Steven Gerrard that turned and went, "He's no bothered. He's not gone anywhere." That's the content we like to hear, Gerrard. Love it. Now, all joking in that aside and stepping away from that fantastic Ryan Jack quote, which I absolutely loved, I don't know if you could tell, but stepping away from that, he was asked about Craig Levein and the kind of impact that it could potentially have in the game of football, and Gerrard wasn't messing about. He kept it very short and sweet, saying, one, he was very surprised at sacking a manager before a semi-final, hashtag tune the fat sketch, and two, he doesn't think the sacking of Craig Levein will impact or have an effect on the game at all. Very short and very sweet from Gerrard's part. And this shouldn't be a surprise, but Gerrard once again expressed his desire to win some silverware from the famous. That it's not just the words, you know, I mean, managers say things now and again, you sit back and say, right, that's just lip service, but when Gerrard says that he wants to lift trophies for the fans, you can see it in his eyes that he's serious. His whole body language changes, his facial expressions just change. This man is dying to win his trophy, so make no mistake about it, he will make sure every single player is 100% at it, because if they aren't, that could be chalk blocks for some of them. And that's pretty much it from the press conference on Steven Gerrard's side. There was a lot of stuff that was mentioned that we've discussed before, and I didn't want to bore you and keep repeating the same stuff, because the media just continue to ask Gerrard the same free... You already know what it is. I'm not even going to tell you what the free questions are, but they ask him every single time. And yeah, we're just no longer going to mention it because I feel sorry for the guy at this point. So let's move away from the press conference and turn our attention to some Rangers team news. And starting off with some good news then, shall we? We have some news about Mr. Bornabear Barisic. Now, when he was just about to get substituted off, he obviously got that heavy challenge on his foot and it did not look good. He was limping pretty heavily, but confirmed by Gerrard that BB is okay and should be fine for tomorrow. Another bit of good news is the fact that Alan McGregor is quote-unquote improving and it is more than 50-50 to make it to the game tomorrow. Now, we obviously missed the last game versus Ross County because of the knock that he picked up versus Motherwell, but he's progressing and he's getting closer, and again a decision will be made pretty late. Now, a slight down in the old injury team news is the fact that Jordan Jones is obviously still out injured. He's not quite there yet, but there's been no injury setbacks for the man, so I still see that as a positive. Again, he's edging closer and closer to a return, and if I'm honest with you, that's pretty much it. Gerrard confirmed that from the Ross County game, no one else has picked up any further knocks and injuries, so he has a clean bill of health, apart from Jordan Jones, obviously, ahead of a semi-final, which is a hell of a lot better than the situation we were last season. So with all that being said, that's the opposition preview, that's the press conference recap, and the latest team news wrapped up in a neat little bow. So now you know a little bit more about the fixture tomorrow. What's your thoughts and predictions ahead of the semi-final. While you guys are sharing your opinions, I will give you mine very, very briefly. As much as I spoke up Hearts and said it's going to be a difficult game, they are built for cup football. I think if we are at our best, we will come away, and I genuinely believe we will be our best at Hampden, and I'm going to go with a Rangers 3, Hearts 1 scoreline. Alfredo Morelos with a dirty double, and the last goal scorer on the Rangers end is going to be Mr. Scotty Arfield himself. It has to be. At least I hope so. And now that me and thee have had their say, let's sit back, relax, and hear from the people on Twitter. There's been 1,187 votes. Thank you so much for getting involved. 6%, only 6% votes for Hearts, but the far away winner with 94% of the vote is our Rangers win and making it to the final. I love to see it. Peter Ramsey writes in Rangers 3-1. He's gone with Tavernier, Morelos and Stephen Davis. Ian McDougall writes in well win. Well played. On that pitch, the players we have, we can't see anything but a Rangers win. Alfie with a dirty double, Kenticles and Ryan freaking Jack. On to the final this time, Rangers please. Barney Stinson also writes in 3-1 to the famous. Morelos, Aribo and Jack with the goals. Come on, the Gers. Blue Sea of Ibrox writes in 2-0, Morelos dirty double. We need a final and we need a cup. Let's take the chance here. Beat Hearts, then win the final. We need to get it done. Get into them. Rangers, we are the people. Andrew writes in 3-1 to Rangers. Morelos double and a Goldson header. John Beaton to send off to Hearts player. Mike G writes in 2-1, and I think Morelos and another goal scoring Ryan Jack would do nicely. Dave Connish writes in 3-1, Ryan Jack hat-trick. You only see me for 5 weeks if that happens. Sarah _03 writes in 3-1 Rangers if we play like we did on Wednesday night and take advantage of the sacking of the manager. And the last one we'll read out comes from Ewan McTaggart, and he writes in 3-1 to Rangers. Morelos to bag a brace, and Jack to score again. Thinks Hearts will take a goal of us, but I reckon it will be fairly comfortable victory. Hearts are not in a good place at the moment. So there it is, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. You've heard from the people. You've heard from myself. If you haven't done so already, it's semi-final time. What are you waiting for? Before we wrap up today's video, shout out to the absolute legends on their Patreon account for all their support. I can never ever thank you guys enough. And as always, I've been SageAndOver92. Thank you so much for sitting through today's video, and bye.